Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Elizabeth and this is The Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love stationery and planning and doing things creatively on paper. And we also really love Archer and Olive. So if this sounds like your kind of community, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Today we are talking about the Halloween release from Archer and Olive, which drops on September 10th at 9 a.m. Central Time. I am an ambassador for Archer and Olive, so I did receive these products early so that I could share them with you, do a flip through, give you a sense for what's going on, and then help you decide what you want to pick up in the release. If you decide to grab anything and these videos are helpful, it would definitely be a blessing to me if you would shop with my affiliate link or use my discount code, which is Joyful10. Joyful10 will save you 10% off at Archer and Olive forever and always, hopefully, as long as they'll have me. And it's good on everything on the website, special releases, even the much anticipated Halloween box. Anything that is not a subscription, the Joyful 10 discount code will work. Now, I don't have everything in the release. The Halloween release is pretty big. Y'all are all about the Halloween stuff. And so I don't have everything in the release. I just have what they sent me. So let's just get into it. There are going to be 3 new journal designs in this release. And in some of the sizes, you'll be able to pick the classic white dot grid, or you can choose blackout paper. One of the journals I have here is blackout. So we'll take a look at that. And we have new inks, so we're going to test those out. Let's get to these kind of smaller guys first, and then the ink's going to take a little bit more of an effort. And the pens, we're going to do some swatching as well. So let's start with these 2 items. And actually, before we get started, let's do one item that was a bonus in my box I wasn't expecting. But Archer and Olive has been coming out with these reusable totes in the last several launches. Probably one of the most low priced items on the website. If you want a kiss of Archer and Olive, going to the grocery store or going to the library, picking up plants, what have you. You can get one of these reusable totes. They're really good size. They open up flat at the bottom. They are super reinforced with the sewing and so the stitching, and it looks great. This is a little hint at one of the journals we're going to look at today, and it's called Coiled Key. This gives me like Slytherin vibes. I don't know, there's something kind of cool about it. I showed the image to my husband. We're not big Halloween people. We don't observe Halloween as a holiday, but I love the Archer and Olive stuff every year. So I was showing him this and he's like, oh, it's like Viking flag on a ship vibes. And I was like, I'm down for that. I totally see it. I'm down for it. Love it. So Coiled Key, we're going to see a little bit more of in this collection. So I think this is going to be $5. I will leave prices as soon as I know them in the description box. So as always, if you're looking for information, you can ask me, leave a comment and ask me the question, but check the description box first because I do try to update information as I have it. Sometimes I film these blind and then I have to go back and add additional information to the description box. So tote bag is the first item. And let's open up this little guy. Let's zoom in. And next is a memo pad. I have been loving these in every release. I am having fun collecting them. I use them for everything. If I need to swatch something really fast, if I've got a dry chunk of paint on my pen, I can dabble it off on the memo pad. They're just fun to have. And they're, wow, hold on a second. That's pretty. So we have an iridescent holographic moth with the vegan leather cover. I haven't opened any of these yet. I took off the plastic wrap, but I haven't actually looked at these items yet. Love. So this is something you can just throw in your purse, take on the go. It's like a little like reporter pad. And just to show you some of the other designs, they're fabulous, and the materials are always changing on the front, which I think is really nice. Let me grab the one from the Forest Findings collection that just launched. Looks like, no, even that material is a little, this is a chunkier pebble, I guess you could say. So this was from Forest Findings, And this is the Halloween launch. So I don't know, if you're a completionist like I am, you like need to have all the little memo pads. And so I'm glad that Halloween gets its own memo pad. That is darling. Okay, so let's take a look at this package. Very excited about this one because it's stickers. Very excited. It's a pretty thick stack. It says 2 sheets, but it feels like more. This is not accurate, you guys. I think this is their default because check this out. Some of you have commented, whenever I use these stickers, you're sad you missed them. But look what is back. These are the alpha stickers. How fun are these? So each sheet is going to have 1 or 2 letters on it, and they're all cut in different shapes, like ransom letters vibes. How fun is that? This is one of those items, if you're not a big Halloween person, I would get these because you can use them for junk journaling. You could use them in your planners. So we've got A has its own sheet. B, C, and D are sharing. Mixed fonts, mixed sizes on these cuts. E gets its own. That is nice. F, G, H. This is cool because it's got like, it looks like a faded newspaper print. I's got its own sheet. J, K, L, M, N, P. So O O has its own sheet. And a little bonus Q in there, or is there an O that actually looks like that sometimes? I don't know. Here's your Q, R, S. Full sheet of your T's. U, V, W. Sorry, every time I say a letter, I'm thinking of the Chicka Chicka Boom Boom children's book that my daughter and I read basically every night. Then U, V, W, Wiggle Jiggle Free. If you know, you know. And then we have X, Y, Z, and the sun goes down on the coconut tree. Those are your alpha stickers. My goodness, this is a deluxe sticker set. Fabulous. This will sell out quickly, so please, I really don't want you to be mad at me or be upset. If you go shopping the Halloween release like the next day, these are gonna be gone because I'm pretty sure these sold out. I think everything in the Halloween launch last year sold out on the first day. I know the Halloween box sold out within the first couple of hours. So things will go quickly, and these will absolutely go quickly. I don't know what the price point is, but I remember last year when I bought the set thinking that for the number of sheets that you get of alphas, the value was really good. So this is a must for Halloween observers and those that don't observe Halloween but love junk journaling and like the ransom note vibes. So good. So good. Very excited about that. Let's talk about these pens, the Calliograph pens. These are in a grayscale. The packaging looks like the everyday packaging, which I hope means that they are planning to keep restocking this as a part of their everyday collection. And if they are, I know everyone's going to be very excited because this is grayscale. Barely gray, light gray, medium gray, dark gray, and black. I don't know who wouldn't love having all of these colors in a Calliograph. A Calliograph is a water-based dual tip pen that has a brush tip on both sides. One side being, oh my goodness, Elizabeth, come on. One side being a broad brush and the other being a really kind of fine brush. Now I use a Tombow light gray pen all the time, but I would love to be able to use an Archer and Olive one. I've never had one in a really light color like the N89, which is my bread and butter. So let's get these labeled before I make a mistake here. So we've got barely gray, light gray, medium gray, dark gray, and black. They are not going to come labeled, so let me just take a moment to label these. You can label them however you want. I like to have it right above the Calliograph label, although I have seen people just kind of wrap it around the barrel. You can do that too, but I like having it be straight. So barely gray, light gray. I really like really light gray pens for drawing lines in my planner. So we'll have to test and see which gray is going to be good for that purpose. This is another item that I have a feeling will sell very quickly because it's so functional, and people that are shopping the Halloween release will get it, and people that just want to shop the new stuff and aren't really thinking about whether or not it's Halloween or not will shop this as well. So this is another item with the alpha stickers that you're going to want to grab pretty quickly. Okay, so barely gray. Here is your broad tip. Let me make sure y'all can see me. Yep, broad tip on this side and your fine tip on this side. So if you're going to be using these in your planner, I would use the fine tip. If you're doing more creative play, I would do the broad tip. So I'm going to do a straight line because, oh yeah, already know barely gray is what I would use to put in structure in my planner. It is so light. I bet the light gray and the barely gray are going to be the best. So this is barely gray. Oh my gosh, that's lovely. It's so light. I'm going to write with a pen. This is barely gray. Love. Oh my gosh, this is going to be an everyday. This whole set's going to be an everyday for me. So I hope that this packaging is telling us that the grayscale is going to be a returning item. Halloween stuff does not return unless, oh, even this one works too. These are definitely warm toned. It doesn't say cool gray or warm gray. This one has a more warm tone to it. Pardon my squeakies. Pretty. Actually, the fine tip looks a little bit less warm. So this one was light gray. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is good. Honestly, I bet when all is said and done, my favorite items from the Halloween release are going to be, oh, that's a nice neutral gray. It's going to be all the random accessories. I'm going to be most excited about those. Love. This is medium gray. It's nice too. Then we have dark gray. Oh, I love this tone. I like the cooler toned grays. This light gray though, what's great about it is, I do think it will mix well with warmer spreads. So if you're doing like an autumnal spread, I think the light gray, it's playing between cool and warm. So I think you'd be able to use it with like pumpkins and stuff. You know what I mean? There's dark gray. And then lastly is black. Woo. Black. Practice my lettering here. All right. Wow. Okay, these will sell out as well. So don't say I didn't warn you. It's a set of 5 grayscale Calliograph pens. These are lovely. And last time I'll say it, I hope that because this is in everyday packaging, this is something that we will see restocked on the website. I'll show you this up close. Barely gray, light gray, medium gray, dark gray, and black. And for comparison's sake, just curious, the N89, which I use pretty regularly, is more of a cool tone, but similar to barely gray, but a little bit cooler. I'm so excited. Okay, love that. I know we haven't even gotten to the journals yet. Bear with me, or go to the timestamp if you're ready to get along. Now, there is a stamp set in this release I do not have to show you, but it's called, I believe it's Moonshine. So if you want the Moonshine stamps, I believe you can see a sneak peek of that over on the Instagram, the Archer and Olive Instagram account. Now, I have raved about the new Legacy inks. I did a whole video. It is very long and in-depth about the new Legacy inks. I do dry time testing. I compare it to the old version and then my favorite ink that I had been using up until these. And I will leave the link to that in the description box so you can get a full sense for what these Legacy inks are about. They have vastly improved the quality and the dry time and performance of their inks. And so we're just going to swatch them here. So we have medium gray. In the fall findings release, there was black and there was espresso. So we are adding medium gray. The component is going to be exactly the same as those previous, but the color, of course, is going to change. We have violet. And I can't remember if I mentioned this in that video, but they do stack. So if you wanted to take a little sticker, like a label sticker, and buff on some color, you could do little color swatches on the component and you could just leave them stacked on your desk. So I like that kind of element of this. So let's take a look at the colors of, this is violet. And I did grab some daubers so we could see the color. So I'm gonna take some of this and I'm just gonna do one there and do a little bit of buffing. Oh my goodness. That is really pretty. Beautiful violet color. Love it. We probably should test it on stamps too, right? You guys want to see how stamps would look. I could grab the Forest Findings stamp set. Let's look at medium gray. Ooh, that's unexpected. I actually thought it was gonna be a lot darker, but ooh, I kind of like that it is a mid-tone gray. That's nice. That is very nice. I like that. That's very nice. I wonder what color of, what pen color is most like this one. Although I think we're using the same. Maybe the medium gray. I mean, it's like a medium gray, maybe a little bit more warm toned. Let's do a stamp though, just because I feel like I need to do my due diligence. So these are the Forest Findings stamps. You can pre-order them still, I think. Oh wait, this isn't Forest Findings. I mixed them up. I guess we can use this one. We'll use the little, no, I want to do a leaf because we're in fall. So let me find the other stamp set. So Forest Foliage. Forest Foliage is the fall release stamp set that's got the leaves on it and the one that you can get on pre-order. Let's do, I'm gonna do like a not crazy stamp since we've got limited space here. So we'll just grab this leaf, and you always want to right size your stamp to your block. Of course, I can't find my smaller block, so I guess we will use the big one. So we're gonna add the stamp on there and dab on my violet. And pencil board is always good. I am partial to the Lail by Mail pencil board. It's an acrylic board. It's going to give you a nice firm surface. And press down firmly, but don't roll it, and lift. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. These extra little lines are part of the design. That is so pretty. So I'm going to let it sit for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was juicy, but look at that. Dries very, very quickly. And it's so pretty. Love that. And I don't have any ink on my fingers. So I'm going to set that guy aside and let's do the gray in a different stamp. Let's do the acorn, because I don't have, my little chamois is not clean, or is not moist right now. It's not wet. Okay, so we have the acorn. Take the ink to the stamp, ink it up, juice it up. This is where I wish I had my smaller block, but press down and lift up. And there's the gray. Beautiful. So pretty. Let it sit for a second and wipe. So obviously I'm not immediately wiping, but you can see this is such a faster dry time than the old version of the inks. Again, check out the video in the description box if you want to see my review of the new Legacy inks. I am 1000% going to be collecting these because they're really good quality inks, and the price point on these are more affordable than the inks I was buying on Amazon. So if they're more affordable and you can use a discount code and they are equitable in quality, if not better, then that's like a no-brainer. So very excited to have these, and I think you should give them a try if you're wanting to get into stamping, or even the technique of like buffing color onto your page and then laying stickers down. You can certainly do that as well. Okay, last two things are the notebooks, friends, which I know typically is the most exciting thing, but frankly, the accessories in this release are so fabulous that, yeah, they're kind of stealing the show. I will say there are a couple of accessories that I didn't receive that I want to mention. There is a teacup, which is really rad looking. You use it for coffee, you don't have to just use it for tea. But there's a teacup, there's a book bag, there's the stamp set I mentioned. I think there's something else that I'm not remembering, but there are other items that you should definitely check out. Packaging, beautiful black box, holographic imagery. The spine on the box is going to give you a little wink and nod to the design inside. So here's a bat and here is a snake. Here you can see the information. The A5, I have cute bat. And in the B6, I have coiled key. Let's take a look at the cute bat first. This one I took a risk on. So we have not a risk. I stepped out of my own box on this one. So we can identify things we'd be interested in. And I kind of went for the blackout paper, which is crazy for me. But I just thought I would try something different. So this is cute bat. And it is a cute bat. And I love the holographic foil. This to me, I saw the image and immediately thought of Austin and the bats at the bridge. So I live in Austin. So that's what I think of when I see this imagery. I think of the Austin bats. Love the releasable design up at the top. This is a very simple notebook. So if you want like a kiss of Halloween, or you just want a black journal, you can't get any more clean and simple than this. Beautiful vegan leather material. It's nice and soft and smooth. And then on the inside, you can choose between the standard white dot grid or the blackout paper. Ooh, that's fun. Holographic bats on the inside. So I went with the blackout paper, and I don't know how I'm going to use it, but I don't have a full notebook that is blackout. I've got a blackout notepad. I have the day-night journal from the Archer and Olive September sub box, but I don't have a journal that's 100% blackout. And since I love sharing how to use things, and I like having a variety on my channel, I thought I would buy request the blackout for this guy. So we have black ribbons with the silver ampersand, and same old with the back, our classic pocket, the pen loop, and our elastic band that's going to keep everything together. So this is a really fun, simple, really whimsical design, which is very different from the Coiled key. The Coiled key, I saw it and I was like, why is this so sexy? Because I don't lean towards the like aggressive vibes or like the strong, like not masculine. I'm trying to find the right words, but the strong, like, wow, that's a statement. I saw this cover and I was like, I have to have it. And I am so glad. I'm so glad to have it. If I did not receive it, I would have purchased it because check this out. First of all, this material, now I believe it's vegan leather, but it does have a little bit more texture. I've said this before with the vegan leather covers from Archer and Olive. They are going to be mostly vegan leather, even if, see that texture? It looks like buckram, but it's going to feel like leather, but with, wish you could hear this. It looks like buckram. It feels like leather. Beautiful. I saw this pattern and was like, oh, this is gorgeous. It is stunning. It is a soft, when you compare it to the bat, it is a dark charcoal gray, if not a very soft black. It is stunning with the gold details, the debossing. Look at the spine on this. I mean, it's so rich, so rich. And then because this is so aggressive on the front, I love that this is, here you can kind of feel or hear. It is the vegan leather, but it has that kind of buckram cover. So here's the front. I need to stop touching it. Get a good look. What pushed it over the edge for me was the deckled page edges. They've done this a few times. Archer and Olive has done this a few times. And every time I just feel like it's beautiful. So it's got the rough edges. I think they're called deckled edges. And it is stunning. The inside has keys in gold. And there's just something so rich and vintage and mature about the finishing on this edge. It's only on the sides. It's not at the top or on the bottom. So as I'm flipping through this, I probably would pull from up here just to keep this fluffy. Love this. And I love it in the B6 size. There's your pocket and your pen loop. And changing things up, we have our black ribbon. Actually, no, these are gray, dark gray ribbon with a gold ampersand. This in the B6 size is beautiful. I mean, I think it would be stunning in any of the journal sizes, but I'm really into B6 right now. Something about having this in my hand and it looking so like strong, but having it be pocket friendly is just everything. So of the three designs, 1,000,000%, this is my favorite. It is beautiful. I haven't seen this in person until just now unboxing it. I've seen pictures, but this is my first looking at it and I kind of just want to start playing with it. I want to start using it like immediately. It is so beautiful. And it's just so interesting. The designs are so different. So if you're looking for something more playful and whimsical, you've got the holographic bat. And then if you want something that is like rich and regal, you're going to want to go with the Coiled key. The third design, which I don't have to show you, if I'm remembering it correctly, it had a more of a celestial vibe to it with like a moon and stars, I think. So if that is your vibe, then definitely check out that third option. So that is everything that I can show from is that everything? Oh, thanks. That I can show from the Halloween release. I will say though that I have one more video for the Archer and Olive Halloween release coming up. And I will just go ahead and tell you so you don't keep asking me. I have another video that will be up on September 6th. So if you are all about the Archer and Olive Halloween release. Come back on September 6th, hit the notification bell, and you will get some more. And that's all I can say. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And if you want to support my channel and continue seeing me share fun things, I hope you'll consider shopping with my affiliate link and discount code as we get to the release day, which is, again, on September 10th at 9 a.m. Central Time. Do not sleep on Coiled Key. Do not sleep on the Grayscale pens or the alphas or the inks. Those are my essentials. Until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.